Very often we have heard the term Western medicine or even mainstream medicine. But have you heard something called integrated medicine? In the world today, there are many schools or philosophies of medicine that can be found. But when we talk about integrated medicine, we are talking about a combination of all different principles and philosophies of medicine. So Dr. Sharma, share with us, as a professional who practices integrative medicine, from your point of view and from your experience, what is integrative medicine?
Well, Raj, it's a good question. Medicine, as many know it, is usually what is referred to as mainstream or conventional medicine. But you also have what is known as alternative therapies, such as Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, nutritional medicine, oxidative therapies. So integrative medicine, or it can also be known as sometimes wellness medicine, holistic medicine, is actually a combination of these two forms where you combine mainstream conventional medicine and any one or more of these alternative therapies. So you develop a more multi-pronged approach on a patient who has diseases or issues. Let me go further a little bit, Raj. When a patient comes to you or to us, usually what happens is the patient has more than often multiple symptoms, and sometimes what happens is these symptoms actually stem from one underlying cause or one underlying reason. Conventional medicine or allopathic mainstream medicine approaches this in a way such that treatment is based on symptom alleviation. You treat the symptom. But what integrative medicine does is it tries to source out what is the underlying cause by finding out, by investigating, by test and so on and so forth. And by doing so, in hope to rectify that underlying cause, as well as to heal and rejuvenate that patient such that all the symptoms start to come down. Now that is what integrative, holistic medicine is all about.
Yes, doctor. You mentioned about the different branches of holistic medicine. So what makes integrative medicine stand out from the rest?
Well, the patient gets the best of both worlds. An integration, a combination of mainstream medicine and traditional or alternative therapies. So the healing and the rejuvenation, which is the crux of integrative medicine, is sought after and possibly achieved, thereby resulting in a wholesome recovery for the patient, not just putting a band-aid on the disease.
So from what you're saying here, doctor, you're actually saying that integrative medicine, correct me if I'm wrong, we're actually talking about healing and going to the root causes or the symptoms that is prevailing in a patient. Am I right to say that?
Precisely so, in a nutshell. Of course, not as easy as 1, 2, 3 or ABC. Sometimes the journey of healing can be a long-winded thing. But the crux of it is to try and heal the patient and rejuvenate the patient rather than control just the symptoms.
So what we're looking at here, doctor, is that when we talk about integrative medicine, the practitioner of integrative medicine actually goes deep into the root of the problem rather than just to take care of what's superficial. Am I right in saying so, doctor?
Oh, precisely so, Mr. Raj.
So what we're looking at here, doctor, will be that we are not looking at a band-aid kind of approach. We are looking at something beyond that will not just alleviate a temporary relief, but to go for long-term, as you call it, holistic remedy for the person who's showing the kind of symptoms that needs to be attended to.
Yes, to rejuvenate and to bring about a balance in a physiology that has been altered by a lot of causes. A lot of reasons can cause a lot of diseases in today's day and age. There could be accumulation of toxins, there could be exposure to stress, there could be nutritional deficiencies, food and lifestyle habits. So everything is taken into account of an individual patient, and what is required is then tailored to suit the needs of that patient, and then a protocol of treatment is then created. So what we're doing is one size doesn't fit all, but rather tailoring an individual approach to an individual patient, which would be better than just a band-aid.
Very well put. Something that many out there are looking for answers or prevailing problems. But when we talk about integrative medicine, that's what we have shared with us, Doctor. We are looking at something which actually gives hope to the masses. As we know, there are various conditions in terms of health-related problems. So what you're looking about here, Doctor, is that many people out there actually have a chance, so to speak. Call it a second chance if you wanted to. If they have no answers from what's available now, what you're sharing with us actually gives hope to those people who may not have opportunities to have a better standard or better quality of life. So therefore, Doctor, how far or how deep has integrative medicine reached our shores?
Well, there are many practitioners of this kind of medicine globally. There are many being practiced all around the world, and very much so in this country. We have some physicians who are actually practicing this type of medicine for a lot of their patients. And there are many more physicians who are actually embracing this sort of treatment, this sort of therapy for their patients, because it gives better long-term results and a more wholesome result rather than just giving medication to alleviate symptoms.
Yes, from our understanding, integrative medicine comes from integrate, and we say integrating different schools or philosophies of medicine. Am I right, Doctor?
Yes.
So when we integrate this, we are going to connect one school or one philosophy to another. Am I right, Doctor? So in doing so, what we're doing here is that integrative medicine is actually a connector of different philosophies of medicine. In other words, getting the best of all worlds.
Absolutely so.
That's a very good, a very interesting development in the world today, because it gives a new alternative to many of those who are having existing problems, but they can't find a solution. But here, through integrated medicine, that's what Dr. Sharma has shared with us, a patient or an individual has the opportunity to find answers to problems or solutions which can be addressed to integrative medicine. Am I right here, Doctor?
Very so.
So, Doctor, when we talk about this, you're actually talking about nipping a problem in the bud. Am I right when you say so?
Well, if a patient doesn't have any disease per se, and if a patient would come to us for an assessment of his health, we thereby then look into areas where there may be things lurking in the background that, if not checked, would surface up later on. And there would be markers in the laboratory test and in some of the investigations that may give rise to or give light to these sort of potential disasters that may happen. So, bearing this in mind, this is how we would approach and try to, as you say, nip it in the bud or offset potential disasters that may happen in the future. Yes.
Very interesting. People tend to go for a quick fix for their problems. But sometimes this quick fix may give you a temporary relief, but that doesn't mean that you actually get to overcome your underlying problems. Am I right, Doctor? So, when you talk about a quick fix, bear in mind also of the fallout from this. Are there any side effects when you deal with something that's a quick fix? Because remember, from what Doctor has shared with us, integrative medicine actually doesn't go for a quick fix. It actually goes to the root of it to find what really is causing the manifestation or symptoms that is shown in a patient. When we talk about integrative medicine, we are talking about prevention rather than a cure. Am I right?
Prevention, and if a patient is already having problems, diseases, medical issues, then it is no more prevention, but to get that patient to where he was, or to try and get him back to where he was before these changes happened. So a rejuvenation of that patient so that his physiology or his normalcy in him is to be restored. We attempt to restore that. So very little medication, a lot on lifestyle, nutrition, holistic healing of the mind, the body and the spirit.
This is very interesting, because what we are hearing here from Dr. Sharma in terms of integrative medicine, we're looking at something whereby we preempt a possible problem. Am I right, Doctor?
Yes, attempt to.
And there, we're looking at harmonizing the mind, the body, and the spirit. And here, integrative medicine is actually opening a new window here, where we actually go and prevent as far as possible any calamity that can happen to an individual if we let the existing state of the person's health continue to take its natural course. Am I right in saying so,
Yes,
Doctor?
sir. Yes, Mr. Raj.
So having said that, we come to cancer. So how would integrative medicine deal with this problem?
Well, cancer, the dread of society. Even experts are baffled as to why certain individuals are afflicted with this disease and some are not. There are risk factors that they have realized those with are more prone, but sometimes even those who do not have risk factors are afflicted with this disease and sometimes and more often succumb to it. Cancer, and like so many other diseases, is a state of inflammation. And in trying to attempt to heal these states of inflammation, there has to be a rift mended in the mind, body, spirit axis. So whenever there is a rift or there is a break in this axis, normal axis of the mind, body and spirit, diseases happen. Cancer is one of them. So from the integrative perspective of cancer, the patient is made to be stronger. His immune system is to be made stronger such that the natural fighting ability of the body takes on the role of fighting the cancer. Nutritional therapies, stress reduction, detoxification. These are some of the avenues that we look in terms of integrative approach to cancer management. And to some extent, some of the mainstream methods of dealing with it are also brought into play in the hope that that mind, body and spirit axis, which I mentioned earlier, is mended or brought to a normal axis.
Very interesting. When we speak about conditions such as cancer, would this also apply for other type of medical conditions?
Most of the medical conditions, as I stated earlier, is a state of inflammation, and a reduction of that inflammation brings about healing. How we do that, there are different ways.
Can we just say that the operative word or the key word here is inflammation?
Yes.
And to arrive to that state of inflammation, doctor, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's no harmony in your mind, body and spirit, you are going to have a problem of inflammation.
Yes, definitely so.
Thank you so much, doctor. You're giving us a very enlightening overview of what integrative medicine is. I'm sure there are many out there who are, will be heartened to know that there is hope in terms of integrative medicine. So there you have it. If you or someone you know has a condition that needs attention, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us at www.rajziwellnessTourism.com. www.rajzi.com. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Ellie, and I'm going to talk to you about hair loss and also the treatments for hair loss. Now, hair loss, or more specifically male pattern hair loss, has been something that has affected men for the longest time. Not only it dents their confidence, but it also changes the look of them. A lot of treatment has been out there in the market with various types of success. But before we start, we need to understand what causes hair loss. Now, the most common type, or the most common cause of hair loss for men that affects more than 90% of them is the genetics and also the hormones. What happens is that the genetics and the hormones will actually cause a physical change in the follicle size, shrinking it, making it smaller due to the effects of the dihydrotestosterone or the DHT, also known as the active form of testosterone. What happens in this kind of condition is that the hairs start to get thinner and lesser in amount. Other form of causes includes using inappropriate chemicals such as shampoos that are not suitable for the person, or even more detrimental are hair dyes of the much higher or stronger strength of hair dyes. Stress and also skin diseases also plays a factor in hair loss. Now, the key thing to get a good recovery is to first have a proper diagnosis. What we do at DHI is that we would get a full medical history from you, find out what you have done for your hair, and ultimately to do a scalp and hair scan for you to see what is the size of your follicle and what is the chance that you can get good recovery. If it is treated early before the follicles shrink, what we can achieve is between 20 to 50% improvement just by medication alone, and that is very, very significant. Of course, most of our clients do come at a stage whereby the follicles have shrunk to the point whereby it's not going to be growing much anymore. Therefore, we will recommend to do a hair transplant. Hair transplant is a process whereby we apply local anesthesia and there is no pain, and we will remove the hair follicles from the back of the head and reimplant them to the areas which require it. Hair transplant is not something new. It has been around for many, many years, and the older methods include the strip surgery, which we do not do anymore. The advantage of what DHI has over many other procedures is that we do not have any cuts. There are no stitches, very rapid recovery. In fact, our clients go back to work as early as the second or the third day after the procedure, and it is very pain-free. The recovery and the success rate is also very much higher because the process that we do is a patented process that is specialized to keep these follicles alive for as long as possible, and we have strict protocols to get it done as soon as possible and only by medical doctors, not by technicians or nurses.
Hi, I am a health therapist and a beauty consultant. The health therapies I provide are cupping therapy and meridian acupressure. These are based on ancient Chinese medicine teachings and are very useful therapies in treating and preventing many common health problems. These therapies achieve something that is very essential to our body, that is, good blood circulation, removal of toxins, and good flow of life energy, also known as Qi. With this cupping and meridian acupressure therapy, you allow the circulatory system and life energy channels in your body to function normally. If there are blockages and imbalances in the systems or channels in your body, you may not see or feel these blockages. However, in time, you will experience the negative effects of these blockages. It will manifest as pain and weaknesses in certain parts of your body. It will affect some of your bodily systems, such as your digestive system or hormonal system. It will affect your internal organs too, such as your liver, kidney, and heart. Unfortunately, over time, this leads to inflammation, illnesses, and diseases. Some of the common health problems that can be treated with cupping and meridian acupressure therapy as part of an integrative medicine approach include the following. Meridian acupressure and cupping therapy are simple but very useful therapies to bring about healing and restoring balance to your body and mind. It does this by improving blood circulation, removal of toxins, and nourishing your body with life energy that each cell and every organ in your body needs. Come and experience the benefits of these health therapies and feel its healing and restoring effects on your health and well-being. Now, I'm going to share about how we can make you look younger and more beautiful. We know that as we are growing older, our skin is aging as well, causing our skin to lose its firmness, elasticity, and volume, resulting in the formation of lines and wrinkles. Our certified aesthetic doctor and I provide many non-surgical, medical-grade aesthetic procedures and beauty therapies to counter these aging effects to make you look younger and more beautiful and feel good about it. We help you deal with many skin problems and correct the undesired effects of aging on your face, such as skin pigmentation, wrinkles, sagging skin, and others. The procedures and therapies that are very useful to give you the desired results are facelift with threads, facelift with nano perfector machine, the very famous Botox, facial fillers, microdermabrasion, microneedling, medical chemical peels, and another very useful procedure is platelet-rich plasma, also known as PRP. If you desire to look young again or want to look younger and to feel good about it, please do visit us. Thank you. Wellness tourism would be a better choice than just health tourism if you are seeking to restore your health and well-being. Wellness tourism is a more complete package because it includes medical care, which is based on integrative medicine approach which focuses on wellness and healing. It includes wellness-related lifestyle. This means healthy diet menu, fitness regime, relaxation and stress-relieving activities such as yoga, meditation, therapeutic massages, and it includes travel arrangements and accommodation in a rejuvenating resort. Penang Island in Malaysia is an ideal place for wellness tourism. Penang is already a world-renowned medical tourism and exotic holiday destination. Penang's healthcare sector boasts of highly qualified and experienced doctors in the medical and surgical fields. Now, with the addition of integrative medicine or wellness medicine, it's a great match for wellness-conscious travelers. Penang is charming. It gives you a glimpse into a world where nature, tradition, history, and modernity blend into a unique tapestry. And this comes alive in its exciting multicultural society, intriguing architecture, and vibe as you explore the island. Penang is blessed with a moderate climate and many natural attractions. You can enjoy picturesque beaches, idyllic resorts, sleepy fishing villages, lush tropical forests, nature trails, and various parks. Penang is also a world-class destination for gastronomic delights. People in Penang are friendly, most of them speak English, and getting around in Penang is easy. All of these make Penang an ideal destination for wellness tourism.